Joystick, the Joystick Show. Up, down, left, right, B, A, select. Start.
Welcome, gamers, to our Twisted Reality. I'm in the groove, and we're on the move.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.
All right, welcome everybody to the Joystick Show. We're rolling and we're rocking.
Yep.
This is show, was it 135A now? I think so, yeah, 135.
Yeah.
Very good. Coming at you after a month away, back at it, as we said, back in the groove. Get things done as we settle down. About a 30-day run of 100-degree weather. Just not cool. Not cool to be hanging out, sweating, playing games, and sweating. It was so much fun. So welcome. If your first time checking us out, we are the Joystick Show, father and son combo. We talk generational differences in gaming and what we think is hot and what is not even close to being hot. And boy, do I got something hot to talk about that even you, Thing 12, doesn't know about. Ready? I'm going to launch it. By the way, we do go by our gamer tags as I talk to my son. I am Bogue Spear.
I'm Thing 12.
And if you want to be a part of the show, if you're listening right now, you're automatically anointed a Rumble Packer. That's right, you joined the Rumble Pack and listening each and every month, and we appreciate it very much for your time. If you want to be a part of the show, they can join us. How?
You can get a hold of us at joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow@gmail.com, joystickshow.com, or our Discord at joystick_show. All right.
And so, as always, we have our sponsor that pays the bills here for the podcasting to go out to millions. You know, it's a lot of bandwidth. A lot of bandwidth. So this week's sponsor is called Game Grub in a Box. Order your weekly TV dinners in advance. Chicken, pork, beef, with a side of Slayer and a drink of destruction. All meals come with a promo code for an Xbox, PlayStation, or Wii. It's a unique avatar of the week. Just $7.99 a meal plus shipping, minimum 4 meals. Visit GameGrubInABox.web and order your delicious meals today. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Get a little extra something for your food items. I like it.
An online order. It's like Grubhub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Gaming Grub. Good stuff. All right. So let's talk on the gaming front, right? We're going to start in. So I'm going to let you go first. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. In the past month, there hasn't been really much released. This upcoming month, there's going to be a few things. But basically what I've had time for and been able to do is I've gotten back into Apex a little bit. So I've been playing the old Battle Royale, Apex Legends, for the past week or two. Basically just getting back into it. Like, it's nothing new. I've talked about it a lot on the show.
You guys are getting good at that, though. Are you doing tournaments and stuff now?
No.
Who's your favorite character you play? You play that one character.
I've been switching around. I don't know. I think my favorite is I think my favorite, they have categories in the game of like assault people. They call them skirmishers. So there's different groups of people who either support your team,
right,
or you're meant to run in and get things done, or there's people that recon. And I guess I don't know who my favorite character would be, but my favorite, I guess, class is what they call skirmishers, which are just people who are really fast and they're meant to kind of push first into a fight.
Yeah.
And do a lot of damage and maybe even sometimes get downed, but then you have a support team to come in and help.
Yeah.
So that's basically who I like to play. But the game's fun. It's the Battle Royale aspect is getting really stale, and they used to have this thing called arenas in the game, which were 3v3 rounds. If you die, you're out of the match or you're out of the round.
Right.
And that was really fun. And then they just took it out for some reason. They even had ranked in it, so you could rank up in it. And that was really fun to play.
I wonder why they took it out. Usually,
I don't know. Yeah, and maybe
cost of servers. I don't know.
I don't know. Possibly, maybe it was splitting up the game too much because there's people playing that, people playing Battle Royale. But they have so many players, so I don't know. Because it was really fun, and then they took it out. But I'm just enjoying it. I'm going back to it a little bit, and that's kind of what I've been playing.
Nice, cool. Well, for me, I can tell you. first of all, obviously continuing my long journey on the Gloomhaven Online, as I've talked about many, many times as well. Just changed to different characters. Such a great game. Turn-based role-playing. You can't beat it. It's the best game out there. Probably for board and for video games. But, all right, the big reveal. What I'm playing, I found a new snap for myself. I've stopped snapping for the past 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Right? The game I'm playing, Magic Spellslingers. So, if you're a Magic fan, like I am, back in the day, and you want to play that, but you don't like how intricate the cards have gotten, how crazy everything's gotten in the game with the Planewalkers, and so if you're a Magic fan, you know what I'm talking about. But what it does is it kind of takes the same idea of Snap, where you're just, one-on-one, in battling, but they've really kind of dumbed down, even for Bogue, you got to do it for me, dumbed down the game a little bit to where in normal Magic the Gathering, if you just go online, you can play the regular kind of version too. I think it's called Magic the Gathering Arena, right? And that's where you play your normal cards that you can actually have in the physical world, right? And do it. But the thing is when you play those, you're always playing, like if somebody attacks, you can take 2 guys and move them up and beat that guy. So you can actually double up on guys. This game you can. It's 1v1. So it really limits the math. It's like, okay, he's got a 5 attack and a 2 defense, and you have a 2 attack and a 4 defense, right? Well, it's going to knock each other out, okay? So the whole game, though, is designed to where literally, just like in Snap, if you ever do it, there's, pack bundles that you get with these packs where you get cards that come down, right? You buy into cards. Very similar to a lot of the games that are out there. Just very pretty. A lot of options to level up with gold and gems. And different things as well. But what happens is it makes it really simple, just like you would in a Snap game, to where there's either attackers, right, that have certain categories, and it's very easy to tell the attack versus the defense, right? It on the card has very simple text as how it works and what you can do. It uses all the similar stuff in the game that, like, you can't block, or you can block, or you have haste, which means as soon as you lay it out, you don't have to what they call tapping it, right? There's still that in the game if you don't have haste. But they also have spells that come out, and you do spells, and that happens instantly, right? But they all cost mana, right? They cost cards, and every turn, what happens is, so if I'm playing it, every turn 1 mana comes out, just like you would in the real game, then 2 mana, then 3. So like in Snap, where it goes up in points that you can use. So
regardless of how much you spent the previous round, how many turns are there per?
Until the end. So there's 20, you start with 24 health each person, right? It comes out and shows you, like, your hand, and then what's the cool thing is you get to choose, do I want to take them all, or do I want to replace one of them? You can replace one of them when you do that. Then what happens is they replace you have your cards on the bottom, and then they come out and they play different cards, right? Each character also has a unique ability as well. So, like, a lot of times Chandra, which is a real popular one, every time it starts the game, she deals 5 damage automatically. So you're automatically hurting. Your opponent is. But then there's different cards you play. Like, you can do instant damage on them, or you can play cards that have, like I said, haste. You bring the card out, right? And then it's ready to go. So just like regular Magic, you play a card, you can attack, and then you can still play another card at the end. So you say, I'm attacking it, and then they have to decide, are they going to defend it? Well, if they do, and you can kill each other off. Or in this case, if you are left with any damage left, yours still remains there. Does that make sense? And now when you do that, you can just automatically do, like, spells, do things like that, and attack to when you're using up all your mana. So once you're done, then you just press, and it goes round, around, around, back and forth. So they pop out, and everything, again, very similar to Magic, but the thing I love about it is just beautiful. The game, the UI is so easy in it to play, just like Snap is, right? You can look at it just by pressing it, figuring out what you want to do. There's flying, so, like, if you want to get strategy, and it uses the same type of things as Magic Gathering, earth, fire, water, right? And then there's evil, like white is heaven or.
But I guess the difference is in Magic, you had different energy for different cards. Like you had water energy or
right, that you could only use for that. They've removed that, so it's basically just mana cards that you use, right?
Yeah.
Now, because like I said, this one uses 2 mana too, so it doesn't matter what. They've kind of removed it. When I said they basically down, it's like before you had to use mana that fits your cards, right? Now they've kind of just streamlined it.
Yeah.
So any card, it's just about having, like Snap, having about the energy to play whatever cards you want to do based on what they are. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I've been playing this now. I'm at level 7 already. Not hard to get going on it, but real easy, fun. To me, it's a little different challenge. But it brings me back to the Magic days of playing a little bit different than Marvel, right? Just superheroes as well. So kind of cool. And I've been really focused on that, doing that a lot. So, and you level up characters and do different things as well.
Yeah.
So it's called Magic Spellcasters.
Slingers.
I'm sorry, Magic, Spellslingers. You can find it on the App Store. It's free, right? Because it is a pay-to-play on some stuff. Yeah. But kind of cool as well. So, yeah, good stuff. Thoughts?
That seems pretty cool. I think I tried getting into. The developers of Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
Came from they were working on the game Hearthstone, which is another card game.
That was the only one I looked at. I picked between Hearthstone and this game.
Yeah.
And I picked this.
So the Hearthstone developers or the Marvel Snap developers came from Hearthstone.
No kidding.
They split off from that development
group.
group.
That. I might have gone with that.
To create Marvel Snap, but I tried getting into Hearthstone.
Yeah.
And it is way comcomplicated.
Yeah, it's way more. That's why I didn't go with it, because I looked at it and I said, it just looked like what I showed you, right? And I told the Rumble Pack, definitely go to both and check it out and just determine it. It just felt to me like they stole Magic, first of all, right? It's pretty close to the same thing, and it just seemed like it was a little more involved.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes a lot more of a commitment to get into. And that's why I liked Snap so much, and I still do, is because it's just, you get in, whenever, like, you're trying to kill time or anything, you can play a match or two.
Yeah.
And it takes no time to learn.
Yep.
And there's still strategy, whereas it doesn't take an immense amount of focus.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that's why I like Snap, and so I tried other games, but I never saw Magic Spellslinger, and that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely worth it. And, oh, by the way, on the Spellslinger, you can join teams, too. So there's actually a way to...
Yeah, that's a feature that I've been wanting in Snap for a while.
Yeah, right? They haven't done it, so I'll concede on this. But what it does is you can go in, you can request people to join. Now, you have to get to certain levels. I think you can't do that until you're level 3 or level 5, just like you would in a normal video game, right?
Right.
So they do have some requirements on it. But again, they want you to play the game. They want you to grind a little bit, right?
Yeah.
To be able to do that. But by doing that, I mean, if you've ever played Magic, this is the game to play. If you never played Magic, maybe Hearthstone is good, but this one just is really, really smooth as it plays through. And it's so easy just to go up and pick who you want to go. You can invite. You can request a duel, right? You can share. It's actually better than... One thing about Snap I thought was weird is they use the texting to copy, and you got to text somebody the list like it's a code.
Yeah.
This one, you actually just put it up. It's all graphical. Somebody can go grab it and put it on their things. And their decks, which again is all listed out there as far as you can craft. By the way, you can craft different things too. I haven't even got into that yet. I don't even know. But, pick cards, but your decks are right there and you get to choose from, and it tells you what you have as far as your decks. You can only have up to 2 cards in them, right, versus whatever. So you can share it, export it right away to something. Anyways, I thought the UI was just fabulous. These guys did a great job on it. So check it out, guys, if you will, Rumble Pack. It's... Again, a couple of different options there for you, and the mobile world is just going crazy. Not to mention, you're playing on your iPad too.
Yeah,
it makes it a lot easier too. So yeah, that's what I'm playing. All right, it's time now for the news.
The Joystick News Report. Joystick News.
All right, in the news, let's talk some major things coming up here. First, let's get it out of the way. Everybody's waiting for it. It's now, the 1st of September. If you're hearing this on the 2nd or 3rd or whatever. Coming up, September 6th, Starfield launches.
Yep.
Big. I think I'm in on that to try it.
Starfield already. Well, technically, people are playing it.
Yeah.
Because it came out yesterday for people who
that pre-ordered.
Not.
Was it?
I think you have to buy a premium version, which is like $40 more.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Or I could be wrong.
You mean for the people that have the extra cash
yeah,
to do it?
Yeah. So they got access.
Early access. Yeah.
So we could play it right now, but there's no point, especially since we get the game for free with Game Pass.
Yep.
So yeah, that comes out on the 6th, and from what people have said, I've been looking at a few of the reviews on it.
Yep.
And this is one of the hardest games to tell what people think about it because there's so many people who are saying that the game is absolutely like amazing, and it's hard to believe those people because a lot of them are people who have been waiting to get either sponsored or they've been waiting for this game for like
8 years,
years,
right.
And they're in denial if it's bad,
right.
So
or they bought the premium, so they're gonna say it's great,
right? Or on the other hand, there's people who say the game's terrible, and those are people who are on PS5 who don't have access to the game, and they're just jealous that they can't play it, so they're giving out bad reviews. So you can't trust. It's hard to trust reviews, especially even online because of the sponsors that they're getting paid to talk about it,
right?
And so I think it's just one of those things, especially since we have Game Pass, so we get it for free that we just have to try.
Yeah.
If you're looking,
we don't get it for free. We pay every month, but
right. But
I get you.
If it's not anything extra for us to play, and if you do have to pay for the game, you don't have Game Pass, or you're just deciding.
Yeah.
I think I would wait. Definitely at least till the 6th. I wouldn't buy the premium. That allows you to get it sooner because I think by then more honest opinions will be out.
Yeah.
I think regardless if you like Bethesda games like Skyrim and all that, you're going to like this game. Yeah. That's what I've been hearing.
Well, the one thing you mentioned, it's funny you brought that up because it's a great segue because this David, is it Joffrey, I think it is, who actually is the guy that was behind Twisted Metal and God of War. He actually created those games. He actually played this game and then went on and tweeted or X'd, or post, I think they're calling it now, right? It's not Twitter. I don't know what it is. And it says, finally finished Starfield. So he finished the game already.
Yeah, a lot of people got early copies.
Yeah, early. But I didn't know the game. I thought it was open world. It's like, how do you finish an open world?
Well, there's like a main story.
There's a main story, okay. So that's what I'm looking for. Can you do co-op too?
I don't think it's all... Because like Skyrim and Fallout and all that were single.
That would stink. But he said, finally finished Starfield. It has moments of genius for sure, but it doesn't seem like it will hold up like the other classics. The ending was also WTF? ? So I don't know if he's kind of disappointed in how it ends, and he says it's not going to hold up like other classics, which I would say would be what? Skyrim.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Only because of the fact that that people are going to be able to mod it. They were open about, like, Fallout and Skyrim are still played a lot today just because of the people who mod the game.
Yeah.
And they have already said, like, they're opening the game completely for people who want to mod it. They're making it easier for them, too. So I think the people that do that are going to make the game last longer.
Yeah. Good point.
But I don't know. I don't know if space and exploration is as likable as, like, spells and, and dungeons.
See, I'm telling you, that's the thing they've always struggled
like
with.
That.
You know?
Yeah.
For sure, but... So I thought that was interesting. That's coming out on the 6th. Also, there's some rumors that came out that's actually a little more solid now. Is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Right? They said March of 2025 is the date they're given. Now, you and I both know doing this a long time, right? You're getting long in the tooth in the video game review world too now. Yeah. That, March 2025 probably means February or November of 2026.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Which is crazy because that's so far away as it is.
Right. Well, maybe that's what they're actually trying to do it right this time and not say, hey, it's going to be out, in 2024 and then push it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, so that was some news that we got. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is hinted by Rockstar to do it. Also, the other big news, Switch 2. They're talking about creating another Switch, updating it. I don't know what I was trying to look for information outside of it probably being OLED again. I mean, standard now rather than the Switch because they upgraded, right? You could buy the newer OLED or whatever.
I think they can
more memory.
Yeah, I think the Nintendo's gonna turn into like the iPhone, where each new thing is gonna add very little, but still on the same basis of like the put on a TV and take and go. Because that was such a good idea that it's kind of hard to go somewhere from there. Yeah. That's way different.
Yeah, than the other consoles and stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I'm wondering. You don't think they'll do structural changes like the Joy-Con or the?
Oh, they'll definitely
do Switch cons or whatever.
Structural changes, but I think the basic idea of
I think they're gonna make it more
into a
ergonomical.
dock.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely. They have to, as that's the biggest complaint about the first one, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's not going to be too much different, but it might be cool. The Switch is relatively cheap considering all the other options. Like I think it's only like $300.
Yeah, but then you're paying $60 for every game, though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
And it gets 30 FPS on those things, so it's not very good.
Well, maybe this new one will get 60.
Yeah.
And most likely it's got to do 60.
Yeah.
It will do that. So that's where you're going to see the upgrades. So it should be a lot nicer experience.
But that's
and also when you put it to a TV.
That's far from coming out, but
yeah, well, they're talking about it. It's on the front. So that was it. What else? There's only a couple other things. I mean, again, not a lot. I laugh because I guess if you're a player like I am in the past D&D growing up, something that Baulders Gate came out, right? Baulders Gate 3, Diablo 3 was out, everything but Baulders Gate, and they admitted as they went through when they do campaigns and try to get people to team up and everything, they're having a hard time finding clerics. Yeah. People that actually want to play a cleric in the game. That was always the issue. Nobody wants to be the healer, right? Walk around healing it. So what they did, they're trying to promote him, saying, guys, look, we actually buffed the cleric. And cleric actually gets badass. Yeah. Later on it goes. And actually D&D 5th edition, a lot of them did that too. They gave them better spells and do things, right? Because they wanted people to do that. Because a lot of times you need that cleric. You need those health points, right? To be able to do it. Or you're walking around like a drunken sailor with health potions, all over yourself, trying to do it, which is taking up half your weight on it. So, God forbid you pass away or you get below the threshold of your hit points. Now what do you do? So, anyways, but they're talking about but one of the developers came out and just said, look, it's going to be awesome, and trust me, play it. You're going to find that it's entertaining. And you're gonna get buffed and ubered as you go, and you keep playing on the character. So I thought that was kind of unique that they're trying to get people to jump on there. But still today, the same thing. If you're like, if I'm gonna be fantasy world, I want to be unlike me right now. I want to be muscular and buff, and I can take the world on and do everything versus walk around with a little healing touch.
Right.
So I don't know. What would you play? What's your favorite character?
I don't know.
Not cleric. No.
I guess it's always a wizard. Wizard's probably the most fun.
You pick wizard a lot, don't you? Yeah. Well, we played with our cousins at some D&D the other day, and it reminded me when I saw this. It was like, who wanted to be the cleric? I picked the cleric. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
Going through the adventure, so kind of fun. So I don't know. Baldur's Gate. It looked like, again, not a lot of big difference to the game, but it might be cool just to go in and try that and just buff that one and see what happens with that character. So that's it. Do you have anything else? News?
I don't think so.
No. All right, it's news.
This concludes your Joystick News Report. Joystick News.
All right, so now we're in the world. Riff Rap. I was looking up Phaser Lock. That was the company. Remember, I couldn't think about it the other day. Phaser Lock Interactive. They did that great Archer game, and they did the war game.
Right.
We played on VR.
Yeah.
Right. And so when we talk VR, the only thing I thought was interesting is that there's I don't know if you've seen this, it's called the Thief Simulator. It's a VR adds even more stuff to steal on Quest. I thought, how crazy is that to go in? And there's literally scenes where you have to know what wire to cut.
Yeah.
To go in. I wonder how realistic this is.
Why is Phaser Lock the developers?
No. I was just talking about that. I just remembered last week. I couldn't remember the name of it, so I just brought it up. No, this is done by... trying to remember the... it's now available on the MetaQuest headsets. That's the same thing. DLC. Richie Street DLC? I don't know what the heck that is. 3R Games. That's it. Is the name of it. So basically you go into these houses and you have to break into these houses and steal stuff.
Right.
I mean, nothing like teaching youngsters how to do that, right?
Right.
Let's get it for the kids.
Yeah.
To play. See if they can do it. There's no repercussion. I love it on it. So
It's
I thought
like
that was
Payday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. On it too, but to do it with VR and have to walk through the house and everything, maybe quietly and not hit things.
And lockpick.
And and have to look around and make sure you don't bump stuff or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Kind of cool. So that's for another thing I saw. Do you think anything else in the VR world?
I don't think so.
No.
No. Is the Quest 3 out yet? I don't know if it is.
I know it was going to be out for Quest 3 for sale, right? It was going to be at that $450 price point. I mean, no, I don't see anything yet. On it. What's the price point going to be on it? Oh, right, $499.
Yeah, 500.
500 bills, which is 100. Then the Quest 2, 100 more? Or no?
I thought the Quest 2 was $299.
Well, it did. It launched at $299. This is launching at $499. That's $200 more.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's it's expensive, but I heard it's much better. Like people were complaining because there's stuff on that's better than the headset that cost like $999.
Really?
Yeah. So there's
better than your buddies that has the nice
yeah,
one?
there's some things about, obviously it's better in most ways, the other one, but yeah, there are some things in this, like forget what it was. I think it might have been the not refresh rate. Something about it is better just because it's newer technology.
Right.
And yeah, so people are getting mad
40,
about it.
what they say is 40% slimmer too, so it's not like a big bulky thing staying in your head, which is nice. It's coming out September 27th, so it is the end of the month.
Okay.
$499. I don't know. Might be something Santa could look for.
Yeah.
Bring it to us. Come on, Santa. Bring it. All right, so that is the riff rap. All right, let's talk. It's time for
Deal of the Week.
And the deal, which you're probably going to miss if you're not jumping on this and listening to us right away, because I think it ends on the 4th. So at the end of this weekend, it's just a Labor Day weekend. Steam is having a killer sale on a ton of games. And like cheap too.
When is that?
They're dropping over 70 free downloads now through the 4th. So
of September?
Yeah, it's now. Like I said, you were in it. So if you listen to this past September 4th, probably missed it. But over 70 games or free. It's actually you say games, free demos. I guess it is.
Oh yeah, because you can download them, but then after the 4th,
and then they go away.
Right.
So, anyways, if you want a long weekend of gaming, they're trying to rope you into play. Kind of cool. So some of the games: Far Cry 6, Dishonored 2. Batman Arkham Asylum. What else? Anything look newer here? Not really, though.
Not sure.
These are all older games, I think. Commandos 3. Yeah, that's all I see. But some free stuff to play. Certainly can take up your weekend. So that's kind of the deal. Take advantage of it if you can. As well. All right. Lastly, let's jump into, speaking of new releases, I mean, obviously the Quest 3 now we know. We mentioned Starfield, right, as a game that's due out. What else? September. Lies of P, NBA.
I know Lies of P is the next. I don't know if it's From Software. It's the people. It might be. It's like an not Elder Scrolls. It's like a Elden Ring. What's Dark Souls? It's like one of those.
Yeah, Dark Souls games.
And so people are excited for that. Mortal Kombat 1, people are really excited for.
Why 1? What the heck does that come from? Mortal Kombat 1?
It's because they reset in the last game, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
They like reset the timeline completely, and so this game is about basically that. So everything's kind of reset.
And that's coming out on the 19th, actually. PS5, Xbox.
Yeah.
Is that something you're gonna get? You think?
Possibly. It looks like a lot of fun.
Well, you mentioned Payday earlier. There's Payday 3 coming out.
Right. Payday 3 comes out.
Is it gonna be a bigger bank? Are they going to rob the Pentagon? What are they going to do?
Maybe.
Right?
You could rob the White House in Payday 2.
Oh, really?
So.
No, they leave their old life in Washington D.C. and move to New York. Oh, it's in New York City is the setting. So that's why. Cyberpunk 2077: The Phantom Liberty.
That's like a reboot of the whole game.
What?
It's not a reboot, but it's a DLC, completely free DLC that's coming to Cyberpunk that changes, doesn't just add a lot, but changes a lot of the original game.
Really? Because there's a story. There's actually a playthrough story, too.
Yeah. And so people are excited for that because I guess it's going to change a lot of what people didn't like about the game.
Really?
And there's still people playing it. It's gotten way better, so.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is EA, remember we talked about how they left the soccer league?
Yeah.
They got theirs coming out, EA Sports FC 24. So you'll see that it has nobody probably in it from the that people know, but it's going to be the same game as well. So actually a lot coming out this month, right? To play.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
A lot.
So I know you got a lot of college work going on, so I don't know how much time you're going to have.
Right.
Right?
Right.
All right then. You keep focused on. Keep focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, that might be on the docket for sure. Definitely Starfield I want to try, and I might actually try that Cyberpunk. Because remember, we didn't give it much love when it first came out. It took a beating. Matter of fact, we sent it back. Didn't we have the Google Chrome with it, and we sent it back? What was it? What was that thing called? Stadia. Remember?
Right.
Yep. And it came with it as well. But and of course, I mentioned 2K24, right? NBA. Yeah, that's coming out. So. Yeah, cool. So that's the show. Anything else cooking?
I don't think
Any
so.
comments? Any questions, comments, or sarcastic remarks? How do they get a hold of us?
You can reach us at joystickshow@gmail.com, joystickshow.com, joystick_show on Twitter, or Discord at joystickshow.
Fantastic. All right, lot to be playing, lot to be doing.
Yep.
Right. All right, Rumble Pack. Until next time, game on.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.